Peace, peace, peace. I hope you all can hear me. I don't have my headphones in, not headphones, my microphone on right now. This is an impromptu video, but here we are. I felt in my spirit it was time for me to show my face on the camera again, so here we are. I just want to share what's on my heart right now, honestly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing space and allowing me to share space on this platform. It's a pleasure to be here. I have been feeling like I am going through such a transformational period of my life. I'm a new mom. If you all didn't know, my child is about to be one, and throughout this year of motherhood, I've realized that when a child is born, you also go through a rebirth as well. There's a birth and a rebirth within the mother happening, right? So when I even look back at 4 months ago, I don't feel like the same person, especially not literally a year ago. So I guess I say that to say I've been getting to know the woman that I'm becoming while shedding the old versions of self that I no longer resonate with. And it's been a very isolating period for me. I've never felt so alone. And I know I'm never really alone. We're never really alone, but like in this space where I feel so far away from those closest to me in the physical, if that makes sense. And in this period of feeling isolated, I've had so much time to, I was gonna say I've had so much time to reflect, but really I've been mommying a good 90% of the time, which is beautiful because I am enjoying it. I think a lot of moms fear losing themselves in motherhood. A lot of mothers feel like they don't want to lose who they are outside of being a mother. And as much as we don't want to lose our identity, like our own selves outside of being a mother, when you're constantly being a mother, most of the times it's kind of hard to step outside of that identity of just being a mom, right? And so I've been navigating who I really am, like who is really me in the depths of all these roles that I play: daughter, mother, friend, you know, all of these roles. I'm an artist, a multidimensional artist, and all of these things. And so I feel like while shedding, it's kind of like you're mourning. I don't really want to say mourning because I'm not really sad about it. I think it's just more so a bit uncomfortable because when you've constantly been this person, you've constantly been this, I guess you've put an identity on self, and you find that there's become a time where you're no longer resonating with that version of self. It does take a moment for you to really grasp like what is really going on here. And so I have accepted the fact that I'm going through a rebirth. That's what life is about. There's going to be so many different versions of self that you meet, and that requires you to let go. You can't step into your new chapter while trying to hold on to the old door that's no longer serving you. I've taken a step away from social media, particularly Instagram. I just felt myself so overstimulated with being a mother, with, you know, day-to-day things, and feeling like I've taken on so much responsibility, and a lot of weight has been on my shoulders because I felt like I've had little to no support throughout my motherhood journey so far. It's been very challenging, to say the least. And I know being a parent in itself is challenging. That's not even the word. It's really not even the word to use, but challenging, for lack of better words. It's been such a liberating experience stepping away from social media because I feel like there was a lot of energy I was taking on unnecessarily. Like, I had to just turn that off for a bit and reground, recenter, and allow myself to really figure out, who am I? When you're constantly and taking this information in every single day, you're reading all these people's thoughts, you're subconsciously taking in other people's experiences. It can be a lot in your mental to process, and then along with other things that you have going on in your day-to-day. I feel like for me, I really just wanted to turn off that unnecessary distraction, because it really did become a distraction. And I found myself having a hard time doing so, to be honest, because in my mind, I feel like if I'm going to be on the internet, I want to be making money from it. And I felt like if I'm not on the internet, how am I going to get there, right? So I was having a hard time stepping away from it because of that, because I was trying to be consistent, trying to be very consistent and showing up on my platforms. And I realized that this time of my life, I could not give that full energy into content creating like I ideally wanted to, because I was also trying to show up the best way I possibly can in motherhood. And in order for me to do that, I really needed to shut that off for a bit and focus on my personal life. So I don't really owe that explanation for anybody, but this is a platform for me to share my personal experiences, and I want to document them. And so that involves me being transparent and honest with self. And so here I am doing that, being open and honest and real. And I appreciate y'all for still being here if you are. And that's pretty much in a nutshell what I wanted to speak about. There is also another thing I wanted to say. Give yourself grace. If you're a new mom, if you're embarking on a new endeavor, if you're in a new chapter in your life, I feel like the number one thing that has helped me is giving myself grace. Like, not feeling like I have to show up perfect all the time, which I'm still working on, that perfectionism, and not feeling like I have to have it all together. It's okay if there's some dishes in the sink. It's okay if you go to bed and things aren't all intact the way you want them to. Like, just relax, because there's more important things to focus on, like, for example, my child. And I think that it's a matter of letting go of like the old programming that once was, but is no longer necessary in this current moment, or this current chapter, in this current story of yours. And so yeah, like, maybe there was once a time that you could just have everything all put together by the end of the day, but like, as a mom now, it's not always realistic as much as I would like it to be. Like, I have to be okay with things not always being, you know what I'm saying, neat and organized and clean. Even that's how I've been operating for so long. And so I just want to shout out to all the moms that have multiple ones, especially under 2. Shout outs to y'all. because it's really not easy. And man, y'all are doing it. Like I said, this wasn't a planned video. I didn't think I was going to be talking about motherhood predominantly in this video, but apparently that's what needed to be talked about. I had a talk with one of my sisters the other day, and it was very needed. Like, for me, a talk with one of my close friends right now, it just does so much for me, because I feel like I've been so focused in my motherhood and in my personal life lately that just that social outlet is so needed, and reminds me how we are so wired to be in connection with each other. We're social beings, so a balance is necessary, just as being social, and to yourself, like, but having a balance between your social life and your solitude is so necessary. So we also spoke about that as well. And yeah, I think that in this point in my life, like this current stage that I'm in, it's calling me to really do my best to not get lost in motherhood. And it's been very challenging, because I feel like that's all I've been doing aside from like working and like trying to make time for what makes me happy and brings me joy, which has not been easy. Like, finding the time to actually commit to the goals that I've set has been challenging, but I've been doing it, not to the extent that I'd like, but baby steps, baby steps really do come a long way. Like, when you look back months later, like, oh wow, even that little progress that I was making, or that little time and effort I was putting in towards whatever that is for you, look how far it's gotten me. It's paid off. So like I said, it goes back to giving ourselves grace and allowing ourselves to show up imperfectly, but as long as we are putting in the efforts to be and get to where we want to be in our goals and in life, then that's truly enough, right? So yeah, take it easy on yourself. This is a time for you to really just take it easy. Fall is approaching. We're now in October. So, it's harvest season. It's time to enjoy the fruits of our labor that we have been planting throughout the year. And I hope that that message resonated with whoever it did. I hope it reached to all whom it's meant to. And if you'd like to stay connected with me at this time, I think this would be the best platform to do so. I'm doing my best to make videos as much as I can, as often as I can, because I really do. I look forward to growing my community on this platform. So yes, like, comment, subscribe. If this video reached you, it was meant for you to see and receive. So give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe if you feel called to, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.